Welcome back to the details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the Eritrean President Siasi Afwerki at Al-Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace with official reception ceremony. The national anthem of the two countries were played, and in addition to a show of guards of honor ahead of holding session of talks. Presidential spokesperson Councillor Ahmed Fahmy said during the talks between the two leaders, President Sisi welcomed Eritrean President as the two sides asserted their mutual concern over the continuation of developing bilateral relations to achieve leap in the level of joint cooperation in the economic, trade and security fields. The talks also focused on activating trade exchange between the two countries and boosting investment flow through supporting the Egyptian companies in the Eritrean market in the sectors of common interest and priority. The spokesperson added that the talks tackled regional developments. On top are those in the Red Sea. Both sides underscored the importance of containing the situation and preventing more escalation. Regarding Gaza, both leaders stressed the necessity of reaching immediate and sustainable ceasefire in the Gaza Strip to pave the way to allow humanitarian aid in a sustainable way, in addition to establishing an independent Palestinian state with Al-Quds as its capital. The talks also touched upon the developments in the Horn of Africa and the necessity of respecting the sovereignty of Somalia, in addition to the developments in Sudan. Both leaders also affirmed to continue joint work between Egypt and Eritrea in favor of neighboring countries. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry participates on Sunday in the high-profile activities of the 55th round of the United Nations Human Rights Council, as well as the Disarmament Conference. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ambassador Ahmed Abu Zaid said the minister will also take part in a number of other activities which will be held on the sidelines of the events, tackling various regional and international crises and their repercussions on the human rights files. On top of the list is the Israeli genocide war in Gaza. The Egyptian top diplomat will also hold meetings with a number of top officials in the international organizations and counterparts in Geneva. More than 100 people were reported martyred early Saturday in overnight strikes across Gaza as Israel's spy chief was in Paris for talks seeking to, as they called, unblock progress towards truce and the return of hostages held by Hamas. Details.
The health ministry in Gaza said Saturday that at least 29,606 people have been killed in the Palestinian territory during the war in Gaza, while 69,737 people have been injured since the conflict began on October the 7th. More than 100 people were reported killed early Saturday in overnight strikes across Gaza, as Israel's spy chief was in Paris for talks seeking to unblock progress towards a truce and the return of hostages held by the Palestinian militants. Paris negotiations come after a plan for a post-war Gaza unveiled by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu drew criticism from key ally, the United States, and was rejected by the Palestinian Authority and Hamas on Friday. They also come alongside deepening fears of Gaza's civilians. UNRWA said the United Nations main aid body for Palestinians, Gazans were in extreme peril while the world watches. Hamas said Saturday morning that Israeli forces had launched more than 70 strikes on civilian homes in Deir al-Balah, Khan Yunis and Rafah. In a previous statement at night on social media, UN humanitarian agency said without adequate food and water supplies as well as health and nutrition services, the elevated risk of famine in Gaza was projected to increase.